Chapter 6. Looking for Edek. While Bronia was asleep that night, Ruth and Jan talked. There was a lot Ruth wanted to know about her father, and Jan told her the little that he remembered. Why didn't you speak about him before? Ruth wanted to know. Surely he told you our names. But was those strange things to you young people? The worry of finding food and staying alive each day was enough to make Jan forget Joseph. But now he remembered him. And he remembered something else. He was going to Switzerland to find your mother, said Jan. By the morning, Ruth knew was what she must do. We're going to Switzerland to find father and mother, she told Bronia. Where's that? Asked Brona. Millions of kilometers away, said Jan. Spring is coming, said Ruth, and in summer it will be lovely sleeping under the stars. We will go to Posen first to find Edek. It's only 200 kilometers. We can beg for food. I will steal it, said Jan. Ivan brought them shoes to wear and a wooden box which he had made for Jan. They left Warsaw carrying enough food for a day, two blankets, Jimpy, the crocodile, and the wooden box with the sword in it. The 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 road out of the city was crowded with refugees. Some were going on one way, some the other. It didn't seem to matter which way as long as they were moving. Lorries full of soldiers went past them. I wish we could ride on a lorry, said Jan. Jim is tired of carrying him, and he doesn't like walking. I like walking, said Bronia. She was proud of her shoes. Not many of the refuge were shoes, but she became tired later and was glad when a lorry stopped and let them ride for a while. They sat in the back and ate the food which had brought in their pockets. It was evening when the lorry stopped for them to go down, 160 kilometers near Posen. That night they slept in an empty barn, but no lorries stopped the next day, and by the evening they had only walked 30 kilometers. Their feet hurt and they were very tired. On the afternoon of the fourth day, they arrived at Pilsen. At the first at the first guard hut, for Ruth showed a soldier the piece of paper which Ivan had given her. It had Edek's name and address on it. The camp is a large building down by the river, the guard told him, and they went to find it. The secretary of the camp knew nothing about Edek, but a doctor was able to help them. I sent Edek Baliki to the ward camp with the other sick prisoners. He said before Ruth could ask about Edek's illness, he was gone. The camp is only a kilometer away down the river, said the secretary. But was not at Worthy camp either. The man who spoke to Ruth remembered him well. He was a wild boy. He said, he ran away this morning, but I don't know where he went. Ruth did not want to go on Switzerland without Edek. In the village of Colonia, just north of Posen, there was a large field kitchen, so it was there that the three children went next. Everyone else seems to be going there, and they soon became part of the moving crowd. At the village, Ruth, Bronia, and Jan were put in a field with a lot of other young people. Then later told to join a queue for dinner. Ruth could smell soup as the line of hungry children moved towards the Russia filled kitchens. Cheer up, the war is almost over, said the cook, as he put soup into a bowl and gave it to Jen. He saw the crocodile under Jan's arm and put extra spoonful of soup into the bowl. That's for your sick friend, he told Jan. Let's hope it makes him sit up and sing. Someone put bread into Jan's hand and he moved on, past the kitchen to find a corner to sit down. Look where you're going, a voice shouted. Jan fell over someone's foot. The ball hit a stone and broke, and the soup ran into the dust. Little bits of meat and bread and vegetables lay on the ground. Suddenly, all control disappeared. The Cools became a group of wild, hungry, fighting children, and Jan was the center of the fight as the children tried to get the food. Ruth ran forward, afraid the Bronia would get hurt. She did not know that the cook had picked Bronia up and held her high up of the danger. Ruth, too, became part of the fighting. Children were beneath her, on the top of her. She reached for the food but found a hand. For some reason, she shell on it. At last the fight stopped and the children began to move away. Adiri and Burst Jan stood up, leaving the broken bowl on the ground. Jimpy lay quiet still. His neck was broken. Ruth was still holding the hand. She looked to see whose hand it was. It was Edek.